What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got information. What kind of information, I hear you ask? We've got information about the second special set, EX2 Digital Hazard. It's gone and been updated on the official website. We've got the official final pack art all confirmed, and we've got a little bit of information. Oh yeah, and there were also a bunch of cards revealed, including the cover Digimon. So look, this is going to be one of those videos where I put huge news on the thumbnail and in the title, and it's not because I'm trying to bait you or anything silly like that. It's because we've had a set that previously all we've had is rumors and tiny nuggets of information, and now we have a lot of information and the first cards revealed. So yes, this is pretty huge news. We have a confirmed release date now in Japan of Christmas Eve, which as a business teacher is super weird to me. In the US, Europe, etc., you do not release anything that close to Christmas because you miss out on all the Christmas shopping opportunities. Things get released in mid-November or earlier. In Japan, no issues, dropping it on Christmas Eve. It's weird to me in the UK. Over in Japan, we've seen this with Pokemon. It's really not that weird. There are 74 cards total, of which there are 26 common, 20 uncommon, 18 rare, 8 super rare, and 2 secret rare. And 30 types of parallel cards, i.e. 30 alternate arts. In a 74 card set, 30 alternate arts is absolutely ridiculous. But apparently not ridiculous enough to not do it. So yay! This set is going to be pretty gosh darned nuts. Now, we do have a few new cards to talk about, and we do have translations from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming. So, what have we got? And we might as well start off at Gallantmon, because Gallantmon is fun. Now, what we've got here is a 12 cost to play normally, 4 cost to Digivolve, 12,000 power, which is obviously, slightly above what has always been the average, 11-3-11, although as I've said a couple times, seeming less like it moving forward now. And we've then got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So, on your turn, this Digimon gains 2,000 power. So, it's a 12,000 power on your opponent's turn. It's a 14,000 on your turn. Gives it the edge over the really big level 6s. I mean, things like Nidogmon traditionally have been coming in with their 13,000 power as hyper-powerful Digimon. So against something like Nidogmon, it's weird because on your opponent's turn, they will win the power. They will have more power than you. They will be able to delete you while surviving. But on your turn, you will win. You will be able to delete them while surviving, which is all just a little bit strange. But yeah, on your turn, you're pretty gosh darned powerful. Then on your turn, if you have a red tamer in play, the maximum power of your effects that delete Digimon is increased by 2,000. So for instance, we've got things like the War Growlmon from BT2. When you are attacking, if you have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. Well, great news. Now it's not 3,000 power or less. Now it's 5,000 power or less. Yeah. Also, you'll notice that is from the Gallantmon line, but from a little while ago, you know that this new Gallantmon line is going to fit quite nicely in here as well, yeah? Like, I'm assuming we've all figured that out at this stage, that this is going to fit in here. The Gallantmon from BT2, if you have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or less. Well, now it's 8,000 power or less. And sure, if you don't have a red tamer in play, you don't get the extra 2,000 power. But if you don't have a red tamer in play, you don't even get this skill. So, yeah. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this is cool. And then when attacking, you may choose any number of your opponent's Digimon with a total power of up to 6,000 and delete them. Although obviously if you've got a red tamer in play, there will actually be 8,000. So basically, you want to be deleting Digimon. That is what we've got here. That is the hook. That is what all of this does. It's a moderately expensive Digimon, but it's very powerful. It deletes Digimon every time it attacks. And incidentally, right, we need to just stop for a second and say, look, you're not just deleting a Digimon, you're deleting possibly several. Against the Rookie Rush deck, 8,000 DP is 2 3s and a 2. That's pretty significant, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, to be fair, it could be 4 2s, but let's not go silly here. Could, if your opponent's got that board state. Most of the time they don't. My point is here that this is going to delete Digimon, and it's going to combo nicely with all these other Digimon that delete Digimon, and you're pretty powerful. That's quite cool. Now, Guilmon is pretty much my nemesis in terms of the Digimon TCG, because it's the one I struggle to pronounce the most. Incidentally, have been shown the alternate art of this one at the same time, which is rather lovely. Will say, it's still only 1 of 30, alright? Let's not get over the top. But what we've got here is a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 1,000 power. Frankly, if it's got 1,000 power, it better be good. Well, when you play it, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and you add a card with Growlmon, Megalo Growlmon, which is War Growlmon, or Gallantmon in its name, and 1 Matsuki Takato to your hand, placing the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So sure, it's only got 1,000 power, but you're searching out potentially 2 cards when you play it. That is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely awesome. You're searching stuff out. And I know you're only searching for the top 4 cards of your deck, right? Let's not go crazy. I am fully aware that this is not always going to work, and I don't particularly care. This is giving you extra consistency. There's more stuff in there. This is clearly a very, very cool thing. This is clearly something worth getting excited about, and that makes me honestly pretty excited. Go team! But that's not actually all it does. It's also got an inheritable skill. When you are attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. Obviously, if you've got a Gallantmon and a Red Tamer in play, it's not 3,000, it's 5,000. And again, just look through your deck. The difference between 3 and whatever deck you're playing, I don't really care. Unless it's Megazoo or Rookie Rush. The difference between 3,000 and 5,000 is huge. Actually, to be fair, this is hyper relevant for Rookie Rush. Have a look at how many of your Digimon have 4,000 or 5,000 power. And the fact of the matter is, in most decks, there's going to be a few. Some decks there's going to be a bunch. And this is huge. And that's the difference that Gallantmon makes. Sure, these are clearly designed to be a pair. I don't think there's any real controversy there at all. But this is really cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is one we should probably get a little bit excited about because, yeah, you've got that extra consistency in terms of getting set up, and then you're deleting Digimon when you attack. This is cool. This is one worth getting a little excited about. Now, we also have a Renamon here, and I have found out these translations are also on DigimonCard.dev, so let's say it also comes from there as well. I like that website. Best website for researching Digimon TCG. Boom. And here we got a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 1,000 power. So again, 1,000 power, we're expecting something good. When you play it, reveal 4 cards on the top of your deck, and you add a card with Cubimon, Taomon, or Sakuyamon in its name, and a Rika Nanaka to your hand. And then the rest of the cards go on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's very, 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 very much like the Guilmon we just looked at. It's going to help you out in those kind of decks. And sure, we've seen some Sakuyamon and all of that in the future. No, in the past. But that's not really the point, because we will see some in the future. And that is the time where we start getting excited. There are going to be more. Sure, we got the one from BT5. It gives one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -3 when they move to the battle area from the breeding area, and it gives all of your opponent's security Digimon 3,000 power less. It's an interesting card, but it's one that's not seen a huge amount of play, and I don't expect it to set the world on fire. But again, if we've got a Digimon in EX2 with this skill, then it means that we are going to have a Sakuyamon in EX2, and we're going to have that Tamer as well, and things are going to get spicy in the future. So for now, it's kind of a just chill. There's going to be more in the future, and that's probably where we start getting a little bit more excited. Although I suppose I probably should tell you about the inheritable skill here. On your turn, once per turn, when you play an option card with a memory cost of 2 or more, you gain 1 memory. What it doesn't let you do is play 1-cost option cards for free, but it does let you play 2-cost option cards for 1 memory, or 3-cost option cards for 2 memory, and so on and so forth. If you're playing option cards here, that's pretty sweet. And remember, this is once per turn per Digimon evolved from Renamon, not once per turn overall. So you can actually play cards for free, and because you are gaining memory and not lowering the cost of the card, you can actually gain memory overall here. So if you've got 3 of these out and you play a 2-cost option card, you actually end up with 1 more memory than you did when you played the card, which is redonk. If you're playing an option-heavy yellow deck, this is one to consider very strongly indeed. Now, we do also have a TERRIERDON here, and who doesn't love TERRIERDON? Once again, we've got a 3-cost to play normally, 0-cost to Digivolve, 1,000 power. So we're expecting some good skills. And on your turn, once per turn, when you play a green tamer, gain a memory. Cool. It basically means that every green tamer becomes 1 cost cheaper. That's Mimi Tachikawa, of which I have been such a big fan for so long, i.e. since it came out in BT1. Yeah, that's now a 3-cost card, not a 4-cost card. And look, 1 memory can be relevant. 1 memory can be the difference between passing a turn to your opponent and not. It can be the difference between playing a card and winning and not. I mean, Mimi essentially gives you an extra breeding phase in the middle of your main phase, so being able to play this can allow me to bring out a card that I've hatched and evolved. And remember the rule with Mimi Tachikawa, if you hatch it and evolve it, and then bring it out with Mimi all in the same turn, you can attack. So, this being a 3-cost card could be the difference between bringing a Digimon out of the breeding area, attacking and winning the game, or not being able to and losing. It's pretty gosh darn big. And do remember that when option cards come out of security, they are played. So if you've got TERRIERDON in play, and your opponent hits a tamer from their security check, you will gain the memory here. And incidentally, this is a static skill on a level 3, so if I've got 4 TERRIERDON in play, I can essentially play Mimi Tachikawa for free. And that's kind of ridiculous. I adore this skill. In a tamer heavy green deck, this is an absolute no-brainer. But we've also got a skill here on your turn, once per turn. When your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gains 2,000 power for the turn. And look, we're talking green Digimon here. Green Digimon suspend your opponent's Digimon. That's what they do. It's what they've always done. Flower Cannon back in BT1 is an excellent example. But let's be clear, this is just some random example. There are a billion more. Yeah. This is just what green Digimon do, so you can give pretty much any of your Digimon an extra 2,000 power on the turn you need it. Yeah. This TERRIERDON is absolutely nuts, and it is one to absolutely get excited about. It's a little bit crazy. And then we've got one of the weirdest, silliest, most ridiculous, call it what you will, Digimon that we've ever seen. It is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, it is a 20-cost Digimon. That's ridiculous. 15,000 power. That is almost as high as we've seen. We have now seen a 16,000, but only 1. And it doesn't have a level. Yeah. No level on this one. This is one of the weirdest cards we've ever seen. However, when playing this Digimon, you may trash the bottom 7 Digivolution cards of one of your Mother D Reaper to set the play cost of this card to 0. Look. We're not going to spend a huge amount of time talking about this card, despite how absolutely ridiculous it is, because this is one of these cards where we clearly don't have the information we need to really talk about it. We've not seen Mother D Reaper. 7 Digivolution cards is a bit dumb, because generally speaking, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, that's 5. So a level 7 Digimon, we would expect to have 5 Digivolution sources, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm not sure what Mother D Reaper is in the context of the Digimon TCG. I'm not sure how it gets 7 Digivolution cards. I do know that playing a 15,000 power Digimon for free is ridiculous. And it has Rush, so you can attack the turn you play it, which is crazy. So look, If this is a zero cost to play 15,000 power Digimon with Rush, that is absolutely ridiculous, stupid, over the top ridiculous. But there's so much we don't know about this, we really can't talk about it in a huge amount of detail. Also, at the end of your attack, you may put 2 ADR02 searchers from your trash to the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards in any order to unsuspend it, which again sounds like an amazing skill, but we also don't know what ADR02 searches are in the context of the Digimon TCG, so this looks like an absolutely ridiculous card, but we clearly only have a fraction of the information we need at some point in the hopefully not too distant future. To be fair, the set's out in a month and 2 days, so it's a 74 card set they're going to have to reveal pretty quickly because they haven't got long to reveal it. And yeah, fair to say there's a lot that we're missing here. And finally, we've got Attack Plugin A, which is a 2-cost red option card. If you have a Tamer in play, you may use this option card without meeting its color requirements, or ignoring its color requirements, i.e. it's a 2-cost option card that as long as you've got a Tamer in play, you can play for anybody. One of your Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. You can give any of your Digimon security attack +1, and because it's a 2-cost option card, there is a potential to play 2 or 3 of these in the same turn. And this can make almost any deck into a 1-turn win deck, which is a bit ridiculous. Keep an eye on this one. This one is a bit nuts. Also, as a security, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Tamer card from them to your hand, and then add this card to your hand. Getting ready for the future. This has the potential to be an absolutely full-on broken option card, because giving any of your Digimon security attack +1, I cannot be the only person that thinks that sounds ridiculous. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice we don't have the old school artwork like we did in EX1, but now we've had news about the release date, news about how the set works, a bunch of cards, including one that is the weirdest card we've seen so far, but we really do need we need more information before we can talk about it properly. For now, I want to know what you think about EX2, what you think about all of these cards I've shown you, what you think about anything you want to tell me. So, go nuts in the comment section, but be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.